I would feel like a lady.
Be quiet. Don't do that. No, you wouldn't. She's so dumb. What's up, bro? Welcome to... Are we recording, Andy? You're recording? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Beyond Ideal. We got Adam and Ashlee here in the house.
Why did you change your voice? It was like
We got
an accent.
Adam. Well, no, I feel like I don't know, was swallowing, and then I just gathered phlegm in the back. No, I've been told before that I got a pretty decent radio voice, and so I'll take
agree.
that.
I think you do.
I'll take we had who was it, Ryan Ellis, who's a professional worshiper. He was like, man, you got a radio voice, and I was like, man, I'll take that. That's
which is
because I normally get like when I was younger, I would like anytime I would call like.
What was your voice before puberty?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, that's not something guys like retain. I mean, do you remember your voice before? Well, how old are you, Andy?
12.
19. Okay, yeah. Do you remember your voice
Have
from
you
before,
hit puberty
Andy?
yet?
This is my voice before puberty.
He said he still has his puberty voice.
Okay.
Yeah. When you look back at videos, you can hear it. It was very much more.
No, I remember you.
So
you started helping us out at what? 16? 17? He was on the tail end of it.
On the tail end of it.
Yeah, he still had to squeak. Squeak, squeak. He couldn't yell at all. It would crack. It would crack.
So you've had this voice since birth?
No.
Did you have a lisp?
Never had a lisp. No.
You say my name with a lisp, so yes, you have.
Ashlee.
Ashlee.
That's not a lisp. That's a whatchamacallit. Speech impediment.
Oh yeah. So you probably had that.
No, but your best friend, one of your best friends, she she gets mad at me because anytime I quote her with a lisp. And she says, I don't have a lisp. Why do you do that? I said, I just feel like it fits you. I just feel like when I think about you.
Well, she always goes, Passa.
Yeah. Hey, Passa Adam.
Hey, Passa Adam.
And then
on purpose?
Passa. Well, yeah, she's from the hood and stuff like that.
Very
So
hood.
she's like, that's my Passa. She'd be like, Passa Adam. So, but whenever I talk to her, I'd be like, when you said, blah, blah, and she's like, why do you do that? I don't have a lisp. And I'm like, I just picture you with a lisp more is what it is.
Okay, so you were saying when you were young, you had the voice.
Like, no, even in my 20s, like let's just say I was calling the doctor's office to make an appointment or calling to order a pizza or something like that. They'd always say like, yes, ma'am, and stuff like that. Like whatever reason, like for whatever time period, they just thought I was a girl over the phone. And so
Interesting.
I've always been insecure about my voice,
Really?
Yeah, because it would kid you not, it would, yes, ma'am. Wait, 1 second, ma'am. Blah blah, and then I would go a little deeper, try to give the hint. I'd be like, or my name is Adam.
The bike ride.
Yeah, my
if the
bike ride
reviewers
story.
haven't heard that bike ride story, that's a great story.
I don't think they have heard that one before, but so yeah. Now that I hear somebody's like, you got a radio voice, I'm like, man, I'll take it because I used to always get that they thought I was a girl on the other line of a phone, like strangers. If they called, or like for my mom, like someone called like at the house, like, oh, is Cindy there? And I'm like, oh yeah, let me get her. And they'd be like, oh, thank you, ma'am, or whatever, and I'd be like, dang, man, this ain't cool.
That's crazy because I wouldn't think that you had I can't stand my voice, and for
I
viewers,
know.
I hope you can.
Why?
I don't know if I sound
Sounds
nasally,
like a squirrel,
right? Like just
and
annoyance, like.
like if an orangutan and a squirrel
We're fighting.
No, I had a baby.
Yeah, I when you hear your voice, you're just like, man.
Well, nobody likes the sound of their voice. That's for sure. I've never met anyone who, maybe people who have
Good vocals.
yeah, maybe they think they have a nice voice. But anyone I know, even pastors, they're like, I hate the sound of my voice.
That's why, you've always said, and I will admit that I don't. You should always go back and watch your messages. I don't have a fear of my message that I know I can learn from. I can't stand the way I talk. And I know that's one of your biggest issues. Well, you need to learn because what you could have done better. And I'm like, I can't get past listening to my
You
voice.
gotta get over that.
Yeah. So
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to just put on captions.
Well, you're definitely not going to learn from that. Put it through like a vocal changer or whatever.
Oh.
Like on TikTok, how they have it.
I'll put it into Spanish. You can translate.
Maybe I could. I'll know one word or whatever. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Beyond. I've already gotten our last episode just dropped this morning, and I've already gotten a lot of messages.
Well, I saw you listening to it today, and I was
because I was already getting DMs like,
Oh.
"Hey, this is great.
Oh.
Thank you, man. No, like never heard conversation like this before. Like, and I, for us, we're always ripping around. I had to remind myself, like, what episode are they talking about?
I remember that
And,
it was dropping today, and I, for a moment, thought, I hope this translates over well, even for the single community. Because, I mean, talking about intimacy and some people that are not currently dating, they're like, well, this wouldn't pertain to me in this kind of way. So I was navigating
I don't
in
care
my
about
thought.
that.
I know you don't, but I was just I was processing.
Like, we've done so many episodes for singles before.
I
Yeah.
I process these things. So I was thinking, I was like,
Nancy's
I hope
always in the room. She went. Well,
Yeah.
Nancy's dating, but she's
Yeah.
technically single because he hasn't put a ring on it yet.
I don't
But
have a ring.
yeah.
we
so
waiting,
she's,
Tevin. I don't care. I put your name out there. That's who you is and is.
Dang.
Well, I mean, because they've been horseback riding into the sunset.
I did. And it's real.
Yeah. So I mean, Nancy would have been aware, but again, people are going to be married.
Yeah.
I've only
desires to be
met a
married.
few handful of singles before that were ever like, this is how I'm going to be.
Right.
So I don't ever feel bad talking about marriage or relationships, and people go, well, you need to translate it to a singles, and I'm like, why? Because you're technically at a bus stop.
Yeah.
Everybody's bus stop is different. You may be at your bus stop, a year, 5
Some
years,
buses
6
break down before they get there.
Some people get on a bus and have to get off the bus and go back to the bus stop.
The buses are
You
just
got on a
going
truck.
round and round, round and round.
And round and round and round.
Some people get on busted buses, but either way.
It's a hard life. It's a hard life for singles.
If your relationship was a bus model or a vehicle model right now, Nancy, what would you say it is?
A car model? I don't know
Yes.
about cars. It is a
I got her car.
Corvette.
Whoa.
Okay, what color?
I don't know, yellow.
Why is it a
I like
Corvette?
yellow.
Why is it a Corvette?
Because it's like,
Fast and fun
Stylish.
and exciting. It's stylish.
Stylish,
Oh,
yes.
your relationship right now is stylish, huh?
I'm like,
If I were
okay.
to me outside looking in, I have one for her. She's a blacked out Escalade.
Oh.
Her life or her relationship?
No, her
an
relationship.
Escalade.
Her relationship.
Okay, why is that?
I would because they're it's sleek. It's like it's going smooth.
Okay.
Escalade
okay.
is smooth.
It's a smooth drive. All right.
Smooth drive.
All right.
Yeah.
They're a great looking couple.
Okay.
So they're stylish. Escalade's
Ooh, it's
stylish.
Ooh.
And I believe they're both doing boss moves.
Wow.
Honestly, I've had to like.
So I
unlearn
need
a
to
lot
get it
of
gemmed out
unhealthy-
and put a ring on it.
I know.
Well,
right?
and I may add, Nancy's been, relatively private. Took her a long time to share on social media. Her relationship,
Yeah.
she still doesn't really
Right.
share much in a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, she just leaves little breadcrumbs. So it's a blacked out Escalade because, like, you can't see inside. She's not.
Dang,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like I'm in a reading.
You're getting
of
therapy right
carpentry
now.
Just kidding.
A reading.
Did I show you my palms? I was kidding.
Yeah.
I'm joking, everybody.
And
I'm
show me your
joking.
coffee grounds.
Right. Gosh.
I'm joking.
And Alizé's. No, I'm just.
Stop.
Alizé is
Have you ever seen?
Motorcycle.
Have you ever seen?
Not the Uber.
Have you ever seen like the fake G wagon that you would get like your son or daughter that's like battery operated? I'm just kidding.
Alizé.
We need like Alizé, like the little like 4
Yeah.
mile an hour, little battery operated,
Yeah.
one that Thomas would roll around in.
Yeah.
The dealership somewhere.
It's in the manufacturer.
It's in the
Yeah, it's on
Come
order.
out yet. It's on back.
Alizé's is on. They don't have the chip for it yet. They don't have the microchip.
It's an unnamed brand. Non-named right now.
Yeah,
Model that
exactly.
hasn't come out
It hasn't
yet.
come out yet. No. They're working
That's
on it.
fair.
It's being-
That's
it's
fair.
being
Alizé's
brewed.
doing it right.
Brewed, yes. Yeah.
Alizé's doing it right. Yeah.
Absolutely, 'cause-
I like that. Yours is on order. It's.
Well, because
it's-
I'll say this: the way that me and Nancy and our relationship ran with the last one, Alizé better be ready too.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I protect mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't make
yeah.
the mistakes I made.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna
That's
say.
No, it was a process. That's what we say.
I'm gonna
Just a
be
process.
nice.
Yeah, shut up,
yeah.
Adam.
No, I'm gonna,
Nah, hers gonna be a great one. Alexander's
It's
gonna
one of
be a
those where
great
it's
one.
like you gotta send. Like that's what my sister does. She'll send me. I'm like, meh, get C minus.
Yeah, I feel like your sis would like be wifed up by now.
Me too. But
She's got everything.
she's doing well for herself. It's one of those where she is waiting for someone to court her well.
And I have my friends too, like Alexandra. She has a house. She
Yep.
owns her house. She has a
Yep.
great job.
Yep.
Beautiful.
stop saying yep.
Sorry. Yep.
Like
gonna
all
talk to
that
Sammy
stuff.
about
So
that
I'm
today.
like, I don't
It's fair.
understand what it is.
Yeah.
Do we have
Well,
a
I'll
family?
tell you what it is.
See, you know
Is it a
what?
family?
I'd be happy
Hold
to
on,
explain.
hold
Let
on. I'm
her sit
going
down
back-
with me
We're going
because
into
I'll
prayer
explain
about
it.
No,
this.
I'm
No.
gonna go back to this. Yep. Because he heard mine. He must love Sammy more than me because he definitely didn't hear his. But every time I do something out of annoyance or irritation, he gonna hear it. He gonna
He's
say
ready to
it,
call
and he
it
gonna
I
say it
live
right
with you.
away.
You irritate me.
See?
So that's different. I don't live with Sammy.
See, that's the thing about love. Sometimes you just get over it. You give me icks too, and I don't say it.
Because there's so much good that it outweighs the bad.
Interesting.
Name, Alize said name an ick.
You name it ick? Them
Yeah.
toes.
Oh my god.
Hey, honestly, my toes are fine. Her ick is
we'll,
like her
we'll
ick
send
is
them
like
feet pics.
Him
It's
and
like-
him and my
Yeah.
son. Him and my son. They're cutest men ever. My husband cute. My kid cute. They Thomas cutest kids ever. Then he got his daddy's feet. So that's why don't look at his feet. Even cute people don't look at their feet. Like mine,
they
they look
can't-
like
an
Shaq
ick- an
torn
ick
up,
is like-
sew up
Stop.
claws. Yes,
An ick
my
is
feet are
something
torn
I
you
don't
do.
like my
You
feet.
can't like attribute an ick to something that like literally like a person was born with. You know what I mean?
Ick,
Like
ick,
I
you,
can't
yes,
go
the
have-
ick is having you have. Okay, so it's not your, it's your long toenails. You and Thomas
That's
got long
fair.
toenails.
I mean, I'll forget
That's
at times to cut my toes, but then I'll do it. But they also you can't
you know
can't,
my icks.
But you
I
can't.
mean, you
and
know your icks for me.
You can't you can't ick my mental illnesses. You can't do that.
Well, that's
we live in
99% of it.
2025. That's
Yes.
bullying.
Oh, come on. Then what's an ick of mine?
Well, first of all,
Bully.
I read a study that people with hyperactive ADHD they make noises to maintain like attention, and so you when I brush my teeth, I make noises.
So you already know.
When I like do my hair, I know what it is. But what
What
I'm
do
saying
you
is,
make,
it's been
like-
attached. It's
I
attached.
told you
It's
no.
attached.
It's in the
'Cause we have
morning.
to stem. It's a vocal stem.
I'm sleeping, and all of a sudden I know when he's awake and he's on his phone. He's like,
I don't even know what that is. That's like
it's in his throat, and I'm like, I literally am like,
no. You're like
it's
you're
like an alarm. I'm like, what are
like
you doing? What's
You're
wrong
like
with your
pop-
throat?
No, you're like honestly, I couldn't even duplicate because
See,
I
because
don't
he
notice
knows what
it.
I'm talking about, and I'm like,
No,
I'm
but
not-
I don't notice it. It's not
What's
conscious.
going on?
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like it's like
And
it's
every time I
ADHD,
say, I
it's vocal
go,
stimming.
I'll be like, "Are you okay?" I'll be, Shut up! Shut up!
Not him getting offended. Wait, so after 10 years of being married, you still like could say, "Dang, I didn't know this about you."
Of course, half the time his
Like,
eyes
what?
cross sometimes when he talks, and I mean,
It's because when I'm bored, I got to go into my happy place and be more be more
like as if it's a
entertaining.
chamber.
Yeah,
His eye,
Oh my god, if he
he's
wandering,
like turns me off.
yeah. It's like I'll be back.
one goes
I
sideways.
got a quick commercial break. I'll be back. Keep talking. I'll be back. I'll be around. I'll be around. I'll literally. Ashley was just like she just talks. She wakes up talking. She goes to bed talking. And I'll just leave the room and I'll be like, hey, keep talking. I'll be back. And I'll go downstairs. I'll let the dogs out, everything. And I'll come back in the middle of the and she's like, and then can you believe that? And then I just wherever she left
And you
off.
just keep talking?
I'm there. No, she's not. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
She's not like,
God.
oh, I'll wait for you or whatever. It's just like she'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll keep talking. I'll be like, yeah, I can hear you. Like I can't hear her. I'm like,
I can
I'm
hear you.
outside. I'm turning the sauna on.
Today he did that. And I was like mid-sentence. He's like, all right, I gotta go to work.
Oh no.
Because I was just standing by the door and I'm like, when is she gonna take a breath? I'm like, I gotta go. I have a meeting. So then she's going and she's going and she's going. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't think there's an end to this. So I got to get to a meeting.
But you gotta tell everybody where I got this from. What happened when we were traveling and you were rushing to the airport this past week and the bus driver wouldn't stop talking.
Oh,
and then you
man.
turned to my mom.
Yeah. And I said, this woman is you if you drove the bus. She was just a yapper. And so I come on and I tell her, my flight board's in 10 minutes. If it's all right with you, like, I really have to get going. And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, we got to get you. It's the car rental, like, shuttle person. Yeah. We got to get you. It's like early, like 6 a.m. And I dropped the family off at the airport already because we were like that late. There was a major car wreck that put us back like 45 minutes. And so we got to get you on that airplane. Absolutely. She's going, and then all of a sudden she sees like another rental car pulling in to drop their thing off, and she's like, "Oh, well, we don't want them to have to wait. Let's go check on." And she then pulls up, and they're like, "No, you guys go ahead." She's like, "Okay," and then drives off. And then she's like, "Why were you late?" And I'm like, "Oh, there was like a wreck on the freeway." Where she stops the car. She's like, "No, which freeway was it?" And I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm not from here. I don't know." She's like, was it the 45 or the 10? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, I bet you it was the 45. You were by the airport. I'm like, and she's like parked having the conversation. Oh and I'm like, ma'am, I really, can we drive and talk? And she's like, oh yes, of course. But she put it in park. So puts it in drive. And then we're driving and I'm telling her the story of why we were delayed. She misses the airport entrance because she's talking. She's like looking in the rear view mirror like, oh my gosh. Blah, blah. And then she knows she has to U-turn. And I'm like, so then I just stopped talking. I'm like, there's no way. So she started I didn't want to be rude, but I had to. I then just looked down at my phone and she's now where are you from? I'm like, oh, California. What part? I was like, oh, I don't remember. This is insane. And I pull up and literally they're walking on the airplane. And I'm like rushing into the thing. She put me back 15 minutes. Yeah.
So then Adam's explaining this to
and then her mom's like, oh, that's crazy. And I'm like, no, she's you. That's you.
Adam literally goes, you're the type of person we don't hire for that position.
Yeah.
And we both start dying laughing just because we just talk so much. We got something to talk about.
But that's funny because you guys are so opposite in that. I mean, obviously Pastor Adam talks, people have the perception that he talks a lot.
Right.
But when
which people, I don't think people really believe that, but it's true.
No, it's true. Yeah. I've been on vacation with you guys and we'll be in the car and it's quiet. It's like Ashlee and I talking and the boys are like, Pastor Adam, how you doing? So, I'm great. I'm like, oh, okay. Can you share more?
Nancy would be like, hey, so I'm hungry. Are we going to eat?
Yeah. Literally.
That is
do not
Adam
eat
and
breakfast.
Yes, that was our favorite storytelling anybody, anywhere we go. Because
lost some weight. I gotta go on another vacation with you guys.
Man, I was on my prime. I was putting work in, man.
But it's so funny. Anytime we go somewhere, anyone's like, "Oh, you guys breakfast people?" We're like, "Nope." No. But Nancy is.
Yeah, we're like, Nancy is. We're like, Aaron's the same way. But
Aaron's
Pastor Aaron, he's like, "Can we get breakfast?" And we're like, "Okay, if we all go on a trip together, we'll get you at least 2 breakfasts, like a real place. We'll be,
my clock isn't. I'm not hungry.
And the boys, I mean,
Matthias loves cereal.
Yeah,
Thomas will eat bacon if it's there. Thomas is like us. He won't eat breakfast like that.
They're both. Yeah, Matthias have something maybe twice a week. Other than that, they don't. They skip breakfast. We all skip breakfast. But in my head, it's like I feel heavy if I have breakfast. So what if I decide to work out and if I eat breakfast, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna work out. I'm full or whatever, or I gotta go straight to work. Well, I don't want to sit there with a full stomach going to a meeting or whatever. So that's why a day off. If it's a day off, I'm like, and I know my whole day's free, then I'll go have breakfast.
We'll have breakfast still at 10 or 11.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we still got
we'll have
we did
a
everything
snack
we needed
for dinner,
in the morning.
It's filling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that was
Nancy.
That's crazy.
Hey,
can you maybe buy milk?
can maybe
I have a glass
can
of
maybe I
milk.
get some chocolate
And then,
milk, please?
and then I've never.
And then Nancy would be like, yeah, so Ashlee, do you like normally talk to yourself?
Like, yeah, you're
Adam's
so
not
quiet.
talking.
I forgot. We went to somewhere up north.
Oh yeah, we went up to a conference.
And that was the first time I was like, oh my God, Pastor Adam is so quiet.
so quiet, and you guys had to like pull out. I'm like, guys, you better ask these questions now, or he's not
Yeah.
going to answer them.
Yeah.
And that's what majority of people don't realize.
Yeah.
No, that's
He'll talk to me every now and then. It's pretty quiet in our house. If you ever drive in our car, he'll turn on music, but if you ride in a car with me, I have silence.
Yeah, I don't.
Only
I like
because I think I talk so much. I'm like,
reset.
let me be quiet.
Well, no, because she's talking to herself in her head. That's why it is. That's why it's silent.
Majority of the time, yeah. I think it is making sure I get on the right freeway.
Wait, so okay, you said you have learned stuff about each other after 10 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the actual statistic of like people changing every 5 years. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
but,
it's something like that.
What's something else that you're like? I mean, your guys' anniversary's coming up. Like, what's something else that you're like, wow, I didn't know this about? Whether it's funny or like serious, or you're like, oh, she changed her style, or
Yeah.
she changed.
That
Well-
would probably be one of the things. I
Yeah.
change my style almost every year. It changes from one thing to the next. I think you get a new woman every year, which is fun for you.
It's debatable.
Depending on attitude, if the attitude changes with that too. As far as like anything changing, I go in through these stints though of like full on sold out of working out that it's necessary, but it comes and flows. It's not consistent. I think just depending on the season of our life, things change. We change. We adapt, as what I would say, within our marriage.
I mean, I think the maturity of a relationship, though, is not always how a person changes to like continue to love them. You know, for us after 10 years, it's more of the, oh, okay, I think I'm realizing there's some areas they're just not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to love that about them, and I have to be okay with that. And I need to figure out how to navigate that and not let that affect my emotions, my love for them, et cetera, et cetera. Like, and for an example, like I've come to terms, and I was actually thinking about this last week.
Please don't tell me what you're going to say, because if you say the same thing, I
don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I came to terms that I'm like, Ashlee's just always going to be late. Like
yeah.
she's not going to manage time well. And it drives me nuts because it'll be like I was preaching in Houston this weekend and Ashlee was 10 minutes late. And I was like, I'll see you in the car. And I'm like, we're here being hosted and she's laying on her phone.
No, I was up ready. I was curling my hair. That took too long.
No, you weren't. I was up getting ready. I showered before you. I got ready before you were still laying in bed. And I'm a guy. Yes, you were. I know it because I clocked it because I was frustrated because I was like,
you were laying in bed because it didn't take you long because I had to shower.
No, I was done. I showered. I went and showered. I went and got dressed. And it's literally like my buddy who's the
3 minutes
pastor.
late.
No.
I walked down 3 minutes late.
No, I clocked it.
It was 3.
I clocked it.
I walked right when
She wouldn't know because she didn't even know this was going to be a topic of conversation. I
Yes,
didn't
I
know, but
did.
I clocked it in my sense of like,
I was like,
I
I'm
don't
only
know.
3 minutes late.
I'm
That's
like,
okay.
this is about as high of a pressure as you can get. Like, somebody has flown us out. We're speaking somewhere, you know, like, I'm now telling her, hey, he's 10 minutes out because he's updating me. Hey, just left, 15 minutes away. Cool. Hey, be there in 5. Cool. I'm telling Ashlee, hey, he's 15 minutes out. Hey, he'll be there at 5. You good? Yeah, I'm good. And then literally the time he's supposed to be there, it's that time. And she's like, I could tell she's not done. She's in the vanity. And I tell her, I'm going to be in the car. I'll see you down there. So then, and not like mad or frustrated. I'm just like, hey, I'll see you. I'm not, he's parked. I'm going. So I'm like, I go down there. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. You know, Ashlee's behind. He's like, oh, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. But they were like, but the night before when we had dinner, they're like, hey, our team gave you the wrong time. Like, this is a strict, like, we need you at 7:15 at the car. Like, they told you 7:30. It's not true. Like, you need to be in the car at 7:15. So I'm like, got you. They're like, we're 15 minutes away. Service is at 8. We got to do a sound check. We do this. And then even going there, seeing how serious they take, like, sound check and run through and all that. And then here's Ashlee like, oh yeah, I'll see you down there. And the reason why she doesn't know the time because it didn't bother her. But me, I'm looking at the watch because he stressed how serious it was to be on time. And it's like he's 7:15. Now we're 7:20, 7:21, 7:20. And so then now okay, 7:23. So 7 minutes late, which with me and him just sitting in the car talking, he's my buddy, so it was fine.
Right.
But we're just sitting in the car waiting on her. And I just thought to myself, because we're there talking on marriage and relationship, I'm just like, this is her. I don't, I don't know what to do. This was about as high pressure, because most of the time, I run an organization. So for me, I don't like being late.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you can stretch times because you're like, oh, I'm in charge. It's not good to do, but... So in most of her nature, she can be late to a meeting because, she's the second person in charge or whatever. And it's like, in this case, I'm like, we are someone else's guest. They have made it clear the time. And she still was late. Mm-hmm. She was still laying in bed on her phone. Like, while I went up and got up and shower. I was already changed while she was still in the shower. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't think it's going to change. I think this is who she is. This is it.
So when you guys go on dates or to places, do you guys drive separate sometimes? Because
no, he'll wait for me.
Sometimes,
and drive faster.
Or do you tell her another time?
I've done that before for sure. Well, the problem is, we recently did something. She gave people a fake time, and she tells me, I don't want anyone showing up late. That's why I gave them the fake time. She showed up late to her fake time.
What?
It was something because we talked about it here on the podcast before it was like a fake time of a party or birthday or something, and it was not my birthday. It was something else. It was like I want to say it was like 4:00, but it started at 4:30, and you told them 4, and then there we were at 4:15, 20 or whatever.
It was
and
Matthias's
it was like,
birthday.
Yeah. And I'm like,
I gave the time for my brother.
Yeah, in Montclair.
We were 5 minutes late.
But still, they got to
be there at 4:30.
It was the appointment was at 4:30, and you told everyone to be in the text. It said be there at 4. And we roll up at 4:20. Mm-hmm. Everybody beat us, and I'm like, and they're like, hey, you're late, and I'm like, we're not. It's a fake time. It's like, but she is late to her fake time that she gave you guys to be on time, and she still is not on time.
To her fake time.
So I think it's just 10 years later, and. You're just like, okay, I don't think she's going to change in this area. She's gotten better. She's not the same that she was when we met. Because when we met, it was like 45 minutes late. Now we're late.
I know I'm aware that when I'm late. Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, you can get ready for this. You ready? Yeah. Just like, scrolling. And I'm like having full on anxiety. Like I'm like in a suit, like sitting on a chair, just on my phone. And she's like, okay, I'll get up now. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. So I'll tell myself, like, I got to go do something. I'm like, I'll be like, I got to go outside. Let me go downstairs. I'm like, because I'm way too anxious. Yeah. There's times I'm like, yeah, I'll be in the car. Obviously, and then I think being in the car is going to like put her on a rush or whatever. No.
And then I forget stuff. Forget my phone. Forget my purse.
Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh.
You were rushing.
Can you turn around? Can you turn around? I got to get my wallet. And I'm like, when was the last time you ever paid? Like, what do you need your wallet for? What are we doing? Like, what are you talking about? Well, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know why. In my head, I think I have more time than I do. I think that's
the issue we have.
That is, and I'm like, I think I have time cracked out, and I never do. And so I think I'm the type of person, I don't want to be sitting around waiting, so I just want to walk right out the door. So I'll wait until the very last minute of just being
and like, so she's fine being rude and showing up late to stuff, That's the way I view it. I don't view it as like I have time. I view it as there are people waiting on me right now.
Yeah.
Like that, how rude. Like that's where my mind goes. Like if I'm waiting, that's fine.
I think girls have like a 5-minute grace period.
Not when you're just sitting on the bed scrolling TikTok. There's not. It'd be one thing if you're like. It'd be one thing if you went from like, oh, well, because I was actively cleaning the kitchen to actively doing this to actively do it. It's like 90% of the time it was. And again, you're very busy, so you're like, oh, I was taking a break, I was getting rest, or that's fine. But we have something we said yes to, so like, let's go. I'm tired, like, but let's go. So I think. that being an example of like, yeah, it was like after this weekend, I mean, it's obviously something we perpetually talk about, but after this weekend, I was like, because you always have theories, and I don't talk, so I'm always thinking. So I've always thought like, okay, when the pressure's on, like when the pressure's on and she's not in charge, I think that she'll be on time. I think that and then this weekend, like at dinner, he's like, you have to be at the car at 7:15. I'm like, yeah, she's, Ashlee's going to take it serious now. Yeah, Ashlee's going to take, and it's like not a care in the world that next morning. And it's not like I'm guest speaking and like, she's like, oh, I'm just there to support. Like she's literally the guest
and
speaker
it wasn't
too.
To be like nothing.
So I'm like,
but it wasn't like a nonchalant of like disrespect that I was I meant to give them. It was more of a like, oh, these are our friends.
Like chill.
And then when and then when we got to their church, I was like, this is not chill.
Yeah, it's rude.
Yeah,
I apologize to him. So I'm very sorry. Ashlee should be here right now. And
he covered for you.
I covered for her?
Yeah,
no, I
nice
said
way.
She's late. I said I'm very sorry. Ashlee's not here right now. But
I
here
walked
I am.
out at, it was 7:18. I looked at it was 3 minutes. Yes, it was. It was 3 minutes. I walked out of the elevator. It was 7:18, and then I got in the car at 7:19.
I didn't even
4 minutes. I promise.
I didn't even leave our room till 7:15. I didn't get downstairs
and
till
all I did was
7:16.
throwing
You were
in my
not
bags into a different bag. I
She's
promise
so
you.
lying.
4 minutes. It was 4 minutes. It wasn't 10.
She didn't
it was
even know
4.
I was going to bring this up, and all of a sudden she's
No, I would have told
has
you
retention of everything.
because in my heart of hearts, when I got down there, I was like, okay, phew, I'm not 10 minutes late. That's what I said. In my heart of hearts, I was very mindful.
Anyways,
the way he walked out that building, I was like, oh, he's on a mission.
Yeah, to not be rude. To not be rude. But to that point,
But I will
it's
say
like,
I am late majority of the time. I won't deny that.
A lot of couples will be like, "This isn't the person I married," and
that excuse
and,
of like
yeah,
you've changed.
Yeah, you've changed, and that's common. Like, like we've sat with couples before. Like, well, when I married him, he wasn't golfing. Now on Saturdays he golfs, and if I knew once a week he'd be gone for 4 hours, like I don't know about that. And we always walk them through like, so they're not allowed to change. You still want to be with a 21-year-old. You want to, like you married him at 21. You guys are 38 now. Like, what are you ascribing to? You wanted him to grow financially, right? You wanted him to grow in his career, right? He can't grow into new hobbies, new interests, or vice versa. With a wife, like, oh, she wants to go out with her friends. She didn't have any when we got married, and it's like, okay, well, like is that not okay? They can't have new friendships. Have new interests. Like why don't we celebrate those things? Why don't you celebrate that your spouse isn't the same, that they've grown and they have new interests or they have new desires or whatever that really aren't wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, so to say. So that, but then it's also on the flip side of, at the same time when you're married, there's things you go into marriage and you're like, oh, I really hope that they get better at this or that this changes, because you don't know it at first, but then your first year or 2 years in marriage, you're like, oh, this really irritates me about them, or this really might bother me or whatever. But you also have to be willing to say, okay, if they don't change in that area, is that a hill that I'm going to die on? Like, is that the thing that I'm going to go to counseling and I'm going to be like, she's just late, is it? I don't know, maybe if it, but for me, it's just, there's those little things that I've just gone like, okay, well, man, Ashlee's amazing. Like, like she's incredible. Is it really that much of a deal breaker? And we have very honest conversations. Like, if I thought she was going to be late to that thing on Sunday, I would have had a talk with her beforehand. Yeah. But I just thought she caught it from the night before. So because normally I would have had a talk with her like, okay, hey, this, when my alarm goes off, you need to get up, type of thing. But so normally we would have had a conversation, but I just assumed she would have been good with it. But so it's that like me reflecting, like when I feel like on the, rare occasions that I'm just like, oh, this bothers me what Ashlee does. It's like, but she's also incredible. We have fun. We do this. Why am I putting a magnifying glass to this one thing that hasn't changed or has bothered me? And now if it's really affecting our marriage, we need to deal with it, talk about it, go to counseling, whatever. But, little things. because for me, when I say she's late, now when we first got married, I mean, we're talking 45 minutes, hour, 30 minutes late. Late now is like, 10, 20 minutes, but that's still, for me, that's still enough that it makes me really anxious,
When we first started dating, it was new because I mean, I always had to be on time when it came to sports and college and all of those things. Because if you're late, you had to run. But like then after that, like that had always been you're always on time. And then even with Adam, when we first started dating, we would show up to things 45 minutes early. And we would go to things like, he was like, we're going to get there right when it starts so we can stay an hour and leave. And I'm like, so we were always on time. And I don't know if it was after I had the boys or if we just got busy or if I just was like, I am over. I'm going to show up when I want to show up. And I think that was the mentality. And it wasn't like my mentality this weekend, but I think I've like, even when we've done like dinners or anything like that, and people come to our house, I think I'm always 5 minutes late, still upstairs. My girlfriend, Nicole,
she's always like, you guys
like,
come to our house and we'll drive. And then I'm outside and I'm like, man, I'm sorry, Ashlee's upstairs still.
Or there would be times too, they're like, oh, she's already ready. I'm like, I got ready for you guys on time. It's always 5 minutes. Always 5 minutes of something where my brain has already been like, and maybe moms are like this, like today, I could have been at work today at 9 o'clock and then I saw a pile of clothes that just hadn't been put away. And I was like, oh, I can do this in like 2 minutes, which doesn't take 2 minutes. It was like 10 minutes. So I did that. And then I was like, oh, then now there's this thing that I can put away. Oh, now there's that thing. Oh, I could put this away. And then now I look and I'm like, oh my God, it's 30 minutes. I should already been in the shower and ready to go. And so I think that because it's one of those things, I'm like, how much time do I have in the moment? Or I'm going to have to do it later tonight. And do I want to do it later tonight or do I want to be with the family tonight instead of having to do this later? Yeah. And so I think that's where my mind had went. Obviously, when it comes to other things like being on time and stuff for dinner, it's setting the boys up and doing all these things before our friends come. So I do things that I shouldn't be doing and I get distracted doing and then make excuses that's why I'm late. Because then Adam will be like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you putting dishes away? Go get ready. And I'm like, my brain just went there. Yeah. My mind just went there. Or I started folding clothes or towels or blankets and he's looking at me and I'm like, I know, I need to go get ready. I gotta go shower. Or he'll be like, you only have 45 minutes. I'll be like, oh yeah, no big deal. Then I'll turn the shower on and the shower runs for 25 minutes. He's like, you're still not
What about something that you've noticed that he's changed or like, you're like, oh, this is new, not necessarily good or bad, whatever.
New, his life, his work life and everything is so organized. It's his clothes life that is so disorganized.
That changed before.
Yes.
It was different before.
It's just,
I've been that way
he's
for
been
forever.
that way.
Yeah.
And like, I'll try to like help in the way of like, folding the clothes, doing the laundry, jacking up the laundry, not getting permission to do the laundry.
Not getting permission.
Yeah.
Doing these things. So it's little things like that. I think that like Adam even said, like, are these things that I'm gonna.
But like it's like people with severe ADHD. It's like disorderly organization. So my mess will be in one to two places. Yeah. Whereas like maybe what's common for a man is like he's just messy. Like the kitchen he leaves a mess, the living room he leaves a mess, the whatever. Like that's not me. I'm not messy. Like the bathroom counter isn't a mess. Our living room, our like I don't mess with none of that. That stuff is all in play. It's I have one or two spots where it becomes like the catch-all, where it's like I come home, take my clothes or whatever. It's like throw it all there. Or I'm near this room. It's kind of like normally two plates. It's all there. This, and then it gets messy in that area, but it stays in that area. Yeah. Which I get it's not an excuse. It is very irritating. There's even times I wish I could like seem like a normal person. I have like a normal closet, normal drawers, and then I've gone through seasons where it's like I did it, and then I'm like so proud, and then whatever, a month later, 2 weeks later, I go on a long trip, come back, and that one little, having my luggage open with like stuff everywhere starts to catch all over again, and then it starts over. So. Yeah.
But I think it's like amazing that, I mean, even after these 10 years, because I think stuff like that could like a person can allow it to irritate them to the fullest, you know, and they kind of can start nitpicking at it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
so I think that's why I was like, oh, I wonder what has changed or doesn't. And even in spite of that, like you guys love each other very well, communicate very well with each other. Sometimes I'm like, did you talk to her? Because she literally was like, oh yeah, I'll just have lunch when Adam's having lunch. And I'm like, how did she know he wasn't gonna have lunch? Because he's been in meetings, you know.
Or yeah. She'll be like, I'll have dinner when Adam has dinner because
you'll
I'll skip
ask me,
lunch.
oh, did he eat? And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, I'll eat with him. But I'm like, how do you know though he's not gonna eat?
Yeah.
And then I don't ask you this, but then I go to him and he's like, oh yeah, did Ashlee know? Okay, then we'll eat together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you guys like just telepathically that you're gonna eat together? Like that's crazy.
No, but I think that as we've been married for 10 years, known each other for 12, we're very mindful of things that we need to work on as far as being better on time, being better with cleaning. There are things, but I think that's what the help is. Like, I'll help with the cleaning side of things because I do, as much as cleaning sucks, the enjoyment of like when it's done, I'm like, oh, I love this. Like, and I'm like, try and like, I think there was a TikTok, how to keep a house clean, tell your family to move out for the week.
Yeah.
But like, there's things like that, like in our marriage, like we compliment each other in those areas where he's like, hey, like for him to not say for me to be on time, he could have definitely been like, hey, I cannot have you late to this. They're dead serious. And I'm gathering friends. Lax. Him is very much different because I don't live this life of travel regimen. I live the life of I show up to support. So knowing this now is good because I know of a speaking engagement I have. I'm like, I must spend the night before. I'm gonna be there when the doors open. All of these things because I normally when you think of friends, it's friends.
Yeah.
So that's how I view all of Adam's ministry is just the friend side of things. But now him bringing that to my attention, it's gonna be in the back of my mind. Like, and what I was gonna say today, what's something that he's probably just accepted is like me not cooking. But like in my mind today, I'm putting away dishes, and I'm like, Ashlee, just do it.
Yeah.
And it's like I like, are you lazy? Are you uninterested? Do you not think of an idea or what to cook? Like that goes in my mind. And I think that as married couples, it's not the fact that like he's holding me to like, well, the fact that you thought of it, let's see your actions speak louder than your words. And so he's never held me to that either, to that degree. And I think a lot of marriages would be a lot healthier if they didn't hold this like
that's really good
tick for tack over, well, you said it, so you need to do it. Adam's like, you're fully aware. And it's just, I don't know what clicks. But Adam has even said like, it's the same thing when we talked about last time when it comes with the reading. It's a muscle you have to train. It's a muscle that you have to get in action as far as like cooking. Ashlee, you do it every day and continually do it. Don't do it 1 week. Do it every day and see what comes of it. Yeah. So it's the time frame. I'm hopeful within the next 20 years of marriage that I do cook.
Yeah.
And
you have. It's not like you never.
And no, it's not I never.
What an experience would that be?
Well, it's just going to get better and better.
Right. I just, yeah. I don't, I guess I make excuses.
Well.
Yeah, I think I make excuses of just the busyness of life and having the kids and whatnot.
I think it's more than that. It's because it's not that we were married. We were married 4 kids. We were married 4 years before, close to 4 years before you had kids, and you still never did it.
Yeah,
and
I just never had to. We had freedom. So I'd have to.
That's what it is.
I never had to.
It's the freedom.
It's what I love about her is what also can be annoying, and that's normally how it is in marriage. Is like what you love about your spouse is also what you love about them. Also comes the weakness as well. So like what I love about Ashlee is she was a professional athlete, so she's driven, she's hardworking, she likes to accomplish things, and she takes that into our marriage, and she looks at that in my lens. So she lets me work as hard as I need to, as long as I need to. She doesn't give me a hard time for being aspirational. She encourages like, yeah, take that mountain, let's win, because she was a professional athlete. So anything that I say to Ashlee, like, hey, let's do this, let's try to accomplish this. She knows as a professional athlete, well, that's going to take sacrifice, dedication, practice, blah, 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 blah. She's not like, some couples will talk to is like, I just didn't know when he was going to start the business that it would mean that he wouldn't be there for, like just this naivety of like, didn't count the cost, Ashlee counts the cost only a handful of times. And it really was because she was emotionally exhausted. Has she ever been like, you just work too much or whatever? And like, I mean, I'm talking 10 years twice or something like that. And I work 24 hours a day, most days, always
Plus
available.
travel.
First one to answer, a text message, first one to answer a Slack, jumping on email right away. So consistent, 6 days a week, so she's never been like, hey, that she respects that if I have to go take a phone call, that she allows me to make the judgment call, right? If it must have been important. And I say that to say, because like a lot of wives aren't that way. We do a lot of counseling. A lot of wives, if their husband's, entrepreneur or works a lot, they're not very understanding. They're very upset, but they love the benefits of it. They love the financial benefits. They love the this, they love the this. And so I love that about Ashlee because, and where that comes from is she played soccer at a high level. She played soccer in college. She became a professional athlete. But when you're a kind of a golden athlete, you get everything done for you. Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody does your meals for you. Everybody plans for you. Everybody settles for you. Everybody waits on you. Everybody, it's, are you good? Everyone checks in on you. Everybody, so it's like, I love that she's driven, love that she works at a high level. She's a high capacity individual, but at the same time, it's, well, don't you do that for me? And I like that too, because I like taking care of my wife. So I like that she's fine with letting me take care of her. At the same time, some women will view it as like, well, because I'm a woman and I'm feminine. And she views it, I think, more so as like, maybe more on athletic side, and accepts it in that regard. But still, I'm fine with it. I enjoy it. I love taking care of her in that way, because she lets me do the things I do. So at the same time, it's like the cooking thing. It's like she's never had to do it. She was never home alone where she had to fend for herself because her parents were always with her at her games. Yeah. And it was like, hey, we got to get you fed before you go play this big game or whatever. So it was always, we got you, or the coach like, hey, we're going to take you all to eat because you. So she's been taken around and taken care of in that way. So then for her to marry at 25 and then me be like, so you going to take care of us? It's like, wait. I've never done that before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, 25 years of her life, she was an athlete or whatever it was, 18 years, 17 years, whatever. So it's like, 10 years married, I can't expect that one day that just that light bulb triggers. Can she discipline herself into it? Yes. Has she done that yet? No. But I'm good with it. I make jokes about it, just like she makes jokes about me. But I don't think to myself like our marriage is going to go to the next level when Ashlee starts cooking. Mm-hmm. Like we're doing fine as a family in the sense of how we do it now. Whether I'm cooking, I'll barbecue, cook steak for the boys, whatever. We're out a lot, so it's like we'll go out to eat or whatever. So it hasn't necessarily been an impediment in that. When we were single, I cooked a lot more, or not single, but didn't have kids. I cooked a lot more of most of the time for us. So yeah, it's like it's what I love about her. It also comes with that thing that you're like, oh, I wish you did. I wish you cooked more. But also, her high drive comes from that side of things that never caused her to build the discipline of needing to cook, So I think it's like people forget that. They don't put that into perspective, of let's just say you have a woman who does cook a lot. Her mom showed her how to do it and this and this and this. Well, then, I can't be too frustrated if she's really close to her family. Right. Because I'm getting the benefits of that. Her mom or her grandma brought her along and did this and this and this. And so it's like, you love it about that. I love that you cook for me. I love that, that you're so close to our kids and me and blah, blah, blah. But what I'm mad that you care about your mom and your grandma so much that you want to be around. It's like you get both, so you can't be like, now if it's unhealthy, it's got to be addressed. But like, you can't separate what you love,
the pros and the cons.
You can't separate the pros and the cons of how that person was raised, what makes them special, what makes you fall in love with them. There are going to be some negatives that come with that, and you got to address it. You got to talk about it, but you also got to decide, like, is this really something that like, it's going to be a deal breaker for me, that I'm going to make it a level of fight. Like, I could every day be like, so when are you going to start cooking it? And this could boil into a 3-year argument, you know, if I chose. You know, same thing for her. Can you just have a closet that just looks like this? And we could let that, you know, like, you could let that fester. You could let that boil. Believe it or not, a lot of issues in people's marriages are not the big stuff. They're the little things that just pick and pick and pick, and they let it. And they let it pick and they let it pick. It's like a drop of water and just letting it hit. And then eventually it just becomes so annoying that you break because you allow it in your mind just to hit. So, you know, that's where a lot of people kind of, you know, they can't make it to 10 years. They can't make it to 20 years. They can't make, you know, we went through what's called the 7-year hump. Most marriages end in divorce at the 7-year mark. I think it's like 60 or 70% of all marriages end before they reach 7 years. And so, you know, I saw that, like, going past 7 years, there were like critical decisions her and I had to make that was like, all right, am I gonna love this person, you know, through the good and the bad, you know, like, because annoying things become annoying, like very annoying. You know, you can last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but year 7, you're like, all right, like, am I really gonna fight over not cooking, or am I really gonna let it bother me over time, or is she gonna really let it bother that I don't talk a lot, you know, or whatever, you know, like.
That's good. I asked 2 couples that had been married over 30 years, and I said, you know, tell me one thing, you know. And one of them said, like, forgiveness was a big one. And the other one said, you got to have a short-term memory when it comes to the bad things.
It's true.
And not be petty. And I was like, oh.
The short-term memory is very true.
I was like, wow.
The good outweighs the bad. I think about so many times of the good moments Adam and I have had, and it just brings the biggest smile to my face, right? It's just like, I genuinely have enjoyed so much of the last 12 years, the good, the bad, the indifferent,
Ups, downs,
but it's been good. It's been fun. We've had great memories, great times together, and
the Lord bless you.
Is this the vows?
Shut up, right? These are vows. Yeah. Oh no, my vows would be.
No,
you just heard what he said. Yeah, I'm gonna need chat for mine. The women of many words, but nothing to say.
You got her speechless.
Right. Yeah. No, but it has those are really good things, because forgiveness has been one of our top ones, and then the short-term memory for what? Like, I don't care. I don't care. At the end of the day, I know my husband loves me. I know my kids love me. But I thought about it, the most important one was that my husband loves me, because that's, at the end of the day, it's him and I. When it's all said and done, when my boys are old and married on, like, it's just Adam and I. And what are we going to live by? The fact that I'm late, I don't cook, or are we going to live by the fact of the moments that we've had and we can cherish together, that we're such a blessing and very, very good.
Yeah.
And these moments of seeing, like, different seasons of how we've played through our marriage, of the moments where he is working a ton, and you know, we're a team. We're gonna do this together. Yeah. Thanks, Phil.
Oh, Phil's crying, guys.
Hey, look at him. What was he doing? Of those 10 years, I've known Phil for 8 of them.
8.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nancy, we've known you, what, 7?
20.
No.
When did we meet?
Really?
I started coming to the church at 16, 17.
Yes.
But
I
you
don't
started
know
in
when I
our,
met.
like, young adult or fresh start, right?
No, I don't think so.
'Cause
No, she started at young adult. I remember at young adult because you gave us Monsters when you used to work at Monsters.
You would come you would come to the Friday night Bible study.
Yes. No, she never came to Friday night Bible study.
Night?
She was the young adults.
I think
you came to young adult retreat
I was
and all
in
that.
The choir before. And
Yep.
stuff.
You were in the
the
choir.
retreat.
Yep.
So maybe 28.
No, earlier. Yeah,
I
would
say
say
like
17. I would say
17.
Probably when I
17.
came.
Yeah, we met you fairly. I met you
2017.
fairly early because you were like, "Oh, I work at Monster."
Yeah.
I saw you have energy
Monster.
drinks. Can I get you one
Right.
or whatever?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then I remember
And you got
pulled,
us a case.
you pulled up at the church and
Yeah.
you gave me a
Man, that's
case.
like 9
you know?
years.
You gave us a case. That was 9 years ago, right? Because
Probably, yeah,
About
8. Probably
17?
8. More like 8. Probably same
Yeah,
time
8.
around Phil.
Phil, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're 2017, Phil?
Yeah, so it'd be
yeah.
8.
Yeah, it would have been about the same time probably.
Yeah, because then we would have met you because we did. It would probably have been that fall because we did the winter camp because you came to the young adults winter when we were all in the snow gear.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
think she would have been 16 because I think I know Nancy before I knew
Those
Phil.
young adults. If we brought that back,
Oh my
that
gosh,
thing
you'd
would
have a
be-
lot of married
it'd
couples.
be insane. We'd have to do
10.
two.
We'd have to do two.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'd have
for
to do two.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
People
they're
would
gonna ask for
sign
that.
up and
Yeah.
eat it up like crazy.
oh, that'd be.
We'd
fun.
have to do a true
You
young
should do
adult
like a
one and then
30 and above
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then like a true
Yeah,
young
we would do
adult
40 and
one.
below.
Yeah. 45.
Yeah, I don't know how we would do that. But anyways, thanks everybody. Thanks for
Bye,
joining us
guys.
today. Bye.